Hi, I'm Meredith Harris with the Marlborough Economic Development Corporation, also known as MEDC, and I'd like to welcome you to this month's edition of our newsletter geared towards keeping everyone informed about all of the city happenings here in Marlborough, Mass. I'll go over the city's business and economic development news and fill you in on what our team is following right here in Marlborough. Here at the MEDC, September means food trucks, art, and community. We could not have been more excited to host the 5th Annual Food Truck and Arts Festival, bringing close to 5,000 residents and visitors to our downtown for a day filled with festivities and fun. Thank you to all the food trucks, beverage providers, vendors, performers, community groups, city departments, our sound guy Bear, the many student volunteers from both MPS and AMSA, and the Mass Cultural Council for bringing their talents, energy, and fun to Main Street. We are already looking forward to next year. We were also very excited to have our own Director of Business and Community Development, Lindsay Jowrick, featured at the Franklin Arts and Culture Symposium as one of two very inspiring keynote speakers. Lindsay was recognized as a leader in stimulating the creative economy and discussed how the City of Marlborough worked collaboratively with other regional and state partners to bring new opportunities to downtown through the Pop-Up Shop program. To learn more about the symposium or the pop-up program, please make sure to click on the links below. Last but certainly not least, we were thrilled to attend a grand opening event held at Alta French Hill, the newly constructed mixed-use project at the corner of Lincoln and Mechanic Street. This project represents a true collaboration between private and public partners, bringing 276 units of residential, 10,000 square feet of commercial, and 374 parking spaces to the area. It also represents significant upgrades to our city assets along the rail trail and a brand new bathroom facility available for public use. In business news, we were excited to see several Marlborough-based companies growing, being recognized, and celebrating. Quantify, a Marlborough-based AI first digital engineering company, announced the expansion of its strategic collaboration agreement with Amazon Web Services, strengthening their relationship and further enabling the two companies to deliver enterprise-ready generative AI solutions. We also saw a new collaboration between Marlborough-based company Cytiva, a Danaher company and a global leader in the life science industry, and White Lab Genomics, a tech bio company specializing in artificial intelligence for genomic medicine research and development to accelerate the development of next-generation genomic medicines. Quest Diagnostics announced an advanced laboratory test service designed to help providers understand their patients' individual genetic response to select drug therapies, which will help providers determine appropriate medication on selection and dosing. While Hologic, an innovative medical technology company in Marlborough, was able to present at the 23rd Annual Morgan Stanley Global Healthcare Conference in New York City. From a small business perspective, we were thrilled to see one of MEDC's Toolbox recipients, XL Batteries, receive $7.5 million in private investment, which will assist the company as it seeks to capture a share of long-duration energy storage technology, allowing power to be stored until it's needed, which will encourage wider use of renewable energy like wind and solar. We saw Aspen Aerogels named Glenn Deegan in the newly created role of Chief Administrative Officer, bringing more than 25 years of relevant experience to lead the HR and compliance effort of the Advanced Manufacturing Company. While Main Street Bank partnered once again with Thrive Support and Advocacy, a local nonprofit empowering youth and adults with disabilities, to support a back-to-school supply drive. Last but certainly not least, we were excited to attend two important ribbon cuttings this month organized by our partners at the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce. Green Meadows, a family-owned and operated cannabis dispensary, officially opened the doors of its Marlborough location at 239 Boston Post Road West, while Loop CO2, a leading startup transforming CO2 into degradable, high-performance polymers, launched a scale-up lab for carbon circularity at 260 Cedar Hill Street. Congratulations to both groups and welcome to Marlborough. In state economic development news, the Healey-Driscoll administration announced the newly appointed Secretary of the Executive Office of Economic Development, Eric Paley. The governor stated that in his first week, the secretary hit the ground running, attending a live media event with the governor at Bloomberg, joining his first cabinet meeting, connecting with the full EOED team, and engaging with members of our incredible Massachusetts business community. To learn more about the Secretary or the Executive Office of Economic Development, make sure to click on the links below. The Healey-Driscoll administration also made a very exciting statewide announcement that the State Police Crime Lab is coming to Marlborough. We are thrilled to welcome this brand new $100 million investment to build a 200,000 square foot building that will house over 300 employees. Coming up in Marlborough, here at the MEDC, we are excited to welcome City Council President Mike Ossing to our podcast, Exploring Economic Development with MEDC, on October 1st, to discuss how the council functions and do a deep dive on the various processes they follow when governing at the municipal level. Make sure to tune in. Don't forget the farmers market will be coming to a close for the season, so make sure to stop by on October 4th to stock up on all your favorite local produce and products. And be sure to have your costumes ready for the city's downtown trick-or-treat and Horribles Parade coming up on October 30th. You can find links with information on all of these stories and more in the description of our YouTube video. We also encourage you to like and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our new content that we are working hard to provide for you. And before we let you go, we would like to spotlight another one of our hardworking and dedicated volunteers on our board of directors. Last month, we featured George Ehrenstein, Chief Operating Officer of Apex Entertainment, and now we would like to share our next member spotlight featuring Richard Tomanek, the former General Manager of the Embassy Suites Hotel, and one of our longest-serving members. We hope you enjoy getting to know the people that help guide our team each and every day. I'd like to thank you for joining us for this month's edition of Marlborough City Happenings, and whether you're a resident or a visitor, a small business owner, or an employee of one of our large corporations, or maybe you're someone who's just interested in our community, we want to hear from you. You can visit our website, send us an email, or give us a call. You can also follow us on our social media at Marlborough EDC, where we focus on sharing and creating content especially designed with Marlborough in mind.
Hi, my name is Richard Tomanek. Formerly, I was the General Manager of the Embassy Suites in Marlborough for almost 30 years. I've been involved with MEDC when it was 2010, and it's almost 20 years ago when that was all started through the former Mayor Mike Hogan, and some vision that he had with a fellow by the name of Bob Kane, and then Nancy Stevens took the ball from there and kept MEDC of what it is today, 2010, into MEDC. And the reason it was so important to get involved was it was at a time in our economy, in the hotel business, there was a lot of vacancy. And Fidelity had left the community, and there was a real need for focused energy on filling these spaces like the old Fidelity space and others, while also working on creating new opportunities within the city. You know, the work that's done here in this office is really dynamic and in a lot of ways on a lot of different fronts, you know, from big business to small business to community involvement to you know, the toolbox that the organization offers to small businesses to help grow their business. So there's a big part of what MEDC does that's big business generated, but there's also a significant part of what the organization does that is all about small business and the community and helping to grow the quality of life in Marlborough for everybody. I'm still involved in the organization because I truly believe that what MEDC does is really important for the future of the city as it was back in 2010. 2015, 2020. You know, at the end of the day, the city's budget is $210 million. That's a large corporation that needs to be funded. And it can't be funded alone on the residents of Marlborough. It takes a village, if you would, and large corporation and the state, as well as local businesses as well, are paying their fair share to what it takes. But in the next 10 years, that city budget's going to be around $300 million, and that's a big number. Think about the city of Marlborough as a very large corporation that needs to be managed as such, and top line revenue is important, and that's what MEDC does. When we talk about the board of directors for the Marlborough Economic Development Corporation, we're talking about a diverse group of people, large employer representation, small employer representation, big business, small business. Some of those dynamics in those meetings at the executive level, as well as the full board level, are pretty informative and at times can be pretty contentious. We're trying to do business in Marlborough. It's like-minded people coming together, not always with like-minded thoughts. And it's important that we hammer those things out to do the best that we can do for the city of Marlborough. And at the end of the day, Marlborough Economic Development Corporation has to play a big role in driving that number with a focus on quality of life in the community. And getting people to live, work, and play in Marlborough is essential to the success of the organization as well.